So you like history and want to be a historian. Great, history is awesome. But how are you going to go about that? What exactly is going to make you a good historian? The short answer is historiography. Understanding historiography will make you a good historian. But what is historiography? Well, it's taking history and looking at it in different perspectives. Don't know what I mean by that? That's fine. This step-by-step guide is here to help you. Presenting the Historiographer's Guide to Being a Historian, the King Henry VIII edition. Let's begin. Step 1. Identify your topic. This is the easy part. Choose a topic that interests you, or one that you think is important. For this example, we will use King Henry VIII of England. Step 2. Choose your point. So we have Henry VIII, Tudor King of England, husband to 6 different women, and starter of the English Reformation. So where do you start? Instead of looking at Henry's life as a single event, narrow your research to a specific time. Look at a personality trait, a hobby, a situation, a relationship, etc. Pick something specific and start there. For this, let's use his divorce from wife number 1, Catherine of Aragon. Step 3. Pick a lens. This is where history can get a little tricky. Every piece of information you look at will have a different tone, a different perspective, a different lens. This is due to the differences in people who have witnessed it, recorded it, and analyzed it. For our example with the divorce, there are a variety of perspectives we can take. Let's look at that of Henry's first wife, Catherine. With Catherine's role in the divorce, there are a bunch of sublenses we as historians can look through. Some historians have taken a devoutly religious perspective and focused on Catherine's Catholicism. Being Catholic, finding out about Henry's divorce plan would have been not only upsetting, but extremely devastating, as divorce is a hell-warranting sin in the eyes of the Catholic Church. Through this perspective, historians would see Catherine as a devout Catholic, doing everything in her power to right the wrong of Henry and save his soul from eternal damnation. Other historians have taken a feminist-type stance on Catherine's role and portrayed her as a female who is showing strength in herself despite living in a male-dominated world. Catherine, as mentioned earlier, did not just wither away and disappear, as Henry had wanted. Instead, she used her power to stand up for herself and for her daughter, and continue to be a thorn in Henry's side until her passing. A third and final example is the political perspective. Catherine was a very prominent woman in English society, and represented the ideal English queen. She fit the mold to a T, that is, until she failed to produce a male heir. When Henry presented his divorce plans, it would have been very problematic, as it threatened Catherine's social standing. Through this perspective, the political game behind the divorce would reveal itself. Catherine is looked at to be very politically savvy, severing Spanish and English ties, and directly writing her letters to the Pope. Perspective is key in understanding an event and in doing historiography. Each different perspective used, whether that of the feminist perspective, the church, or the crown, can portray a different image of the topic being discussed. Step 4. Tying it all together. So you have your topic, your research, and your perspectives. Now it's time to bring it all together. Look at your research. Why are there so many perspectives? Why did historians look at the event in the way that they did? What do these differences mean, and would they mean something else in a different time frame? Look at your information and see if there are any similarities and differences between perspectives. Perhaps there are similarities in structuralism. Does each perspective point back to a similar succession of events? This can help you in remaining objective in your retelling of the event. Congratulations, you are now doing historiography. You've looked at history through different perspectives and not just as one single event. So there you have it, your complete guide to being a historian. You now have the tools and understanding required in achieving your history goals.